organizational development, and you'll learn more about me in the presentation. But my theme song for life, it depends on the day. Okay, so most of the time I would say it's going to be Overjoyed by Stevie Wonder. That's like, you know, real deep, sentimental, glad about like all the hard work and all the things that I've done to get to this point in life. But then sometimes my theme song is I'm That Girl, you know, Beyonce, because I feel like I'm doing that thing. So like it just depends on the day. So those are my theme songs for life. We're gonna start with Kamari.
Yeah, I'm last.
I'm Kamari. Where I work was the next question. You should have been paying attention. I'm sorry. It's early in the morning. I'm Kamari. I am a pediatric lead. I work with Shakayas. Mainly, I work at everyone's house. Theme song of life.
Yep.
Will probably be "Keep on Striving" by Luther Vandross or "Ways Why Aren't You Smiling" by Janae, just because I always try to live through like a smiling face and just keep thriving with life. Life is hard, but it's life, so yeah.
Oh, thank you for that, and I understand. All right, Jerry, you trying to think of something? You trying to get it?
No, I'm trying to get the name of the other one.
The name of the artist?
You trying to get it?
No, I'm just trying to get the name of the song.
Oh, the song.
So I am Jerry Warren. I am the house manager at the Puritas location, and I am also a podcaster. My songs for me would be "Mood Forever" by Beyonce and Jay-Z, "Jobs" by City Girls, and "Sexy" by Ray Smith. Well, alright. You gotta switch the mood up sometimes.
My name is Dewan Salim. I used to work at Shakaya House. My theme song would have to be, I don't know. I don't got a theme song. I listen to everything.
What's your favorite song right now? Just go ahead. You don't want to tell me.
I really don't know. I really don't have one. I'm being serious.
Okay. I'll let you slide. I'll have another question for you later.
My name's Cyrus Sadler. I'm an assistant manager at the Puritas location. My theme song is "Boys Don't Cry" by Rod Wave.
My name is Agnes Jackson. I work between Shakaya House and Kessel House.
Kessel.
Whatever. Can't stay at home. My theme song will be "Today's a New Day" by Kirk Franklin. Only because I have different personalities and they be all over the place. So it helps boost my daily confidence when I play it.
Okay. All right.
So what's going on out there?
You just want me to tell me your name, where you work, and then your theme song for life.
I don't got a thing song. Like, how you doing? My name is Marshawn. I work at, I'm Kelson's manager, house manager. I don't have no theme song.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I'm Lily. I'm at Shakaya's house, and my theme song is by Tamlin Man, "Take Me to the King."
Okay.
Johnny, he sleep. He really don't want to wake up.
He was thinking. It was a deep thought.
My name's Johnny. I work at Safe Harbor.
There you go.
And my theme song probably "It Wasn't Me" by Shaggy.
There you go. There you go. I like that one.
Okay.
All right, well, I got three theme songs.
Okay.
My name is Isaiah Stewart. I'm the lead coordinator for third shift at Kelson's house. And I got three songs. One of them is R. Kelly's Greatest. The other one is R. Kelly, The Sun and the Storm is Over. And the other one is Tupac, My Business as a Writer. Yeah, that's my theme song.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thanks, everybody, for sharing that information about you. I just want you all to kind of, loosen up, tell me some information about yourself, and kind of think about like how you resonated with everybody in their theme song and like what you identify with them and the song that you heard about them. We're going to get started. I'm going to have Mr. Johnson come in. He's going to start our presentation off this morning. We're talking about striving for excellence at Safe Harbor, and then we'll get into our day. So just give me one moment. I'll grab him.
All right.
About to go ahead and get started. Sorry that I'm doing this.
No, you
Y'all bear
fine.
with me.
I need to get up anyway. You cool.
You ready to pull the slides up?
This is just like
Oh, you wanted me to go over the schedule?
this.
Okay. All right. So we about to. So I guess I am welcoming everybody. We're gonna go over the schedule for today. So from 9:30 to 10, we're doing the rebrand visions and the objectives of this training session and workshop. So from 10 to 10:45, we'll have session 1, effective leadership strategies, and then from 10:45 to 11, we will break. 11 to 12, session 2, enhancing the client experience. 12 to 1, we will have y'all some Lunchables. No, I'm just kidding. 1 p.m. to 1:45, session 3, conflict resolution and de-escalation, something that we all really need to just lock in with and, make sure we are implementing out in the field. Session 4, ethical decision making. From 2:45 to 3, we will have a break. Session 5, trauma informed management and care. Then we are going into our 6th session, which is team building activities. And then our final one, we will be doing some acknowledgments and some awards. All right, so just some of the overview. Founded in 2020 by Carlos Johnson, BSW, LPN, MIB. That boy is educated. Hold an unencumbered license in the state of Ohio since 2015. So our mission, Kamari, go ahead and read that for us.
Our mission is to provide excellent services that are delivered with compassion, dignity, and respect to all of our clients. We are committed to creating a safe environment for our clients, family, and our staff.
Absolutely. So something that is very near and dear to my heart. I think all of you guys have heard me say it throughout the years. At Safe Harbor, we are the place of second chances. We are perfectly imperfect people, but one thing that we do strive for on a daily basis is to create a safe space for our clients and families to thrive. And that safety also includes all of you guys. As far as our company vision, I think we're going to have the amazing Johnny Ray take that one for us. Johnny, can you read the company vision?
For real? Striving for greatness, operating in excellence, and growing together while creating a safe place for clients to thrive.
Okay. So just on a daily basis, we want to make sure that we are striving for greatness at all times while operating in excellence. Like I said, we are perfectly imperfect people, so on a day-to-day basis, things may happen. It's all about problem solving, how we handle those situations and how we pivot and move forward. We always want to keep at the center focal point is just creating that safe space for our clients and families to thrive, as that will project the business forward. You can go to the next slide. Core values, Mr. Warren.
Compassion. We provide all clients with a compassionate approach, ensuring that every interaction is filled with empathy and understanding.
Dignity, Ms. Jackson.
Dignity, we treat every client with dignity, respect their individual choice, empowerment them to move positive life choices and maintain control over their own lives.
As far as respect, Ms. Sadler.
We show respect to our clients, families, and staff, fostering an environment of mutual trust and appreciation.
Safety. So safety, we're committed to providing a safe environment for our clients, families, and staff, ensuring the highest standards of pure security. As we all know, the acuity level of the clients that we work with can be extremely high in most of our locations. As all of you guys know here, we have had many that have hurt, some in this room, some not in this room. So safety is a really big thing. As we are having more developments, the acuity levels are rising. It is important to me that you guys are ensuring that the clients are safe, but you are also making sure that your co-workers are safe at all times. Believe it or not, I do not like receiving calls that one of you guys have been hurt, or someone, the police or the ambulance. I'm sorry, this fly came in yesterday and it's driving me crazy. I promise you guys this is not a dirty office. But yeah, so safety, making sure that's always at the forefront. And then excellence. We're striving for excellence in all aspects of our service, continuously seeking ways to enhance the quality of care we provide. So it's one thing about just just showing up to the job, just being there every day, doing what you need to do. That that is a minimal expectation, but we want to make sure that we are providing a quality service. Just any agency can staff, any agency can send DSPs and managers there. It's about what you're doing there that makes all the difference. Just for an example, just a quick story, we were out at a senior leadership lunch just yesterday, and a family who I was a DSP with for over 14 years ago. When I was in the field, I was still in nursing school. That family, they came and they saw us in there, and you know, to me, that meant all the world, that they remember me. They're sharing stories of that, you know. We still have pictures of you and our son in our house. So when we're talking about operating in excellence, we are doing more than just taking care of people. We are impacting their lives. For some of our clients, we are their sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, moms, dad. So you never know what you know, the things that they go through, and what our presence there, you never know how you're impacting them. And that was kind of like a full circle moment for me, because it was just something like, you know, man, we need to share this, because the 15 years from now, when the Shekiah is reaching out to DJ or Maury or Johnny or Jacob, all of these people, you know, you can look back to say, I was a part of where they are now. So, let's do the next slide. All right, so our services. So some of you guys, you probably know some of the services that we offer at Safe Harbor. If you don't, we're going to go through all of them, and then we will begin to talk about some of the new services that are happening. But one of the main areas you guys are in are the personalized home care services. It's a tailored service to meet the individual health needs and preference of each client. It involves close collaboration with clients and families to create customized care plans. So on the manager level, you guys are already familiar with this. When we are going into ISP meetings, we're meeting with behavioral specialists. We are meeting with SAs. We are collaborating with the County Board of DODD. We're collaborating with the state of Ohio, depending on the client, DCFS, to create a custom care plan that is going to suit the client and help us provide a quality service to them. Comprehensive care. It integrates various services to provide a holistic care experience that addresses physical, emotional, and social well-being. 24/7 staffing. Everybody knows at Safe Harbor, all of our homes, the majority of them are 24/7. We do have some drop-in clients, but we just specialize in more of those acute cases that requires that around-the-clock care. So our team is available around the clock to meet the needs of clients and their families. Non-medical transportation, whether it be in a Safe Harbor vehicle. We provide reliable transportation services for medical appointments, errands, and social outings. Medication administration. This is something that you guys are already doing on a daily basis. Trained professionals oversee medication schedules to ensure accurate and timely administration. Includes managing prescriptions, educating clients about their medications, and monitoring for side effects. So the one thing that I want to focus a bit more on this medication administration is that education piece. Later, when you get to our presentation with our health and wellness director, she's really going to be coming out, because it's important to me that you guys know what we're giving these clients. Not just, you know, I'm in compliance with this medication is due at this time, but I need to know that when I'm giving you Ativan, I need to know that that's a benzodiazepine. I need to know that that's going to help reduce anxiety, but I also need to know what side effects I need to look at with this medication. So that education piece is extremely important. Because if we're ever in a situation where someone is hurt, or for instance, at home Johnny was in, this client was always constantly overdosing, things like that. The client had a series of medication. We can't know where to begin to help first responders assist the clients if we don't know what they're taking and how it's possibly causing the side effect. So it's important that we are educated ourselves on what they're taking. And so as managers, you can educate the people that are underneath you, because you are the ones, they are going to make those first calls to, hey, Joe Schmo they're having slurred speech, they're foaming at the mouth, they are having, difficulty urinating, whatever the case may be, and you need to be able to problem solve. They're taking this medication, this is an adverse reaction, this is how I want you to proceed. Okay. ADL assistance, activity of daily living. This is something y'all do every single day. May not know what it's called. That's providing help with daily activities, bathing, dressing, grooming, eating. ADL assistance, that's something that Safe Harbor and any home care agency, that's just a service that we provide. Respite care offers temporary relief for primary caregivers, ensuring clients continue to receive quality care in their absence. So if that is, trying to think who has done respite care. Only people in here who have done respite care: Johnny, Christian when he was here. So if it's an emergency situation, we get a call, hey, we have this person there in an unsafe situation. We need an agency who's willing and able to provide a quality service at the spur of the moment. We will then dispatch people from our team who are qualified. We will get an emergency ISP. A lot of times it's maybe a paragraph, at best a page, and at that time the staff are expected to be able to respond in a moment's notice. So they'll go to the home, they'll begin providing that service for them, whether it be for a few hours while they figure out an emergency plan, or whether it be a few days. But with that, those respite caregivers, they are assuming complete responsibility for physical, emotional, and mental well-being until the county and the state can find alternative plans. CPR and first aid training. Staff are certified in CPR and first aid to handle emergencies and provide immediate care. CPR and first aid, that's something that all of you guys are certified in. Myself, Ms. Johnson, we are CPR BLS instructors. I'm hoping to get some more people from management certified. That way it is just more than the two of us doing it, and you know, continue to grow the business. Anybody have any questions about services?
So how you said we how we on call basically?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that we're gonna be start doing like soon?
So to be honest with you guys, and we can, with the managers on call schedule, as the managers are the first level of on calls for their individual homes. So whether it be a staffing issue, whether it be a problem with the client, the family, the guardian, they're calling you guys. So just how it's already happening. And then if there's a situation where you say, hey, okay, this is a problem that's been presented to me, the expectation is that I solve said problem, and you feel, you know, you have to ask yourself, like, is this in my wheelhouse, in my lane, or do I need to pull on another resource? So if it's something that you feel like, you know, it's something you can handle it.
Okay.
And then notify the team. If it's something that you feel like you need to involve somebody from senior leadership in, at that point you have to look at the senior leadership team and say, okay, this is the issue. Who on the team do I need to contact? If it's an ethical issue, if it's something, for instance, we had a situation at your house, we had to let an employee go because they were still in town. That's an ethical issue, that's an HR issue. I need to call the director of organizational development to figure out my next step. If someone calls you, hey, Kelson is ill, he's, you know, when he had that situation, he had fluid leaking from his ear. I need to call our health and wellness director because I need to get a nurse visit out ASAP. If it's a situation where it's, you know, hey, we have staff in here, you know, they are going at it, it's a problem. I need to call my director of client services because I need somebody on site to help mitigate the problems.
Gotcha.
Understand?
Gotcha.
Okay. Any other questions? We depend on you. Employees are our backbone. At Safe Harbor Home Healthcare, our employees are the foundation of everything we do. They are the heart and soul of our mission to provide compassionate, dignified, and excellent care. You guys are providing the quality care. You are empowering our clients. You guys shape our work culture. You will build strong teams. You're driving the vision forward, and you are the foundation for our expansion. So with that being said, a lot of times, I try as much as possible to give you guys all the credit, because a lot of these counties and members of the state, they'll look at, you know, Safe Harbor, you know, Carlos or the senior leadership team, they look to, you know, to say what an amazing job, and I always take it back to, it is not us. As a senior leadership team, our job is to coordinate, empower, put people in place, and to get you guys to a place where you guys are walking in the autonomy and the authority of your position, but it is you guys. Safe Harbor does not, if it was up to me for Safe Harbor to continue on every day, it wouldn't happen. You guys are out there in the field, you are working with the clients, you are working with the families, the guardians. I'm one person. My team is 5 people. You guys keep this company afloat, and I feel like that is the downfall to a lot of agencies, because of some of the agencies, the owners want to take all of the credit, but it's not us, it's y'all. So for that, I'm appreciative, and I thank you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The self-acclaimed Safe Harbor Go. It wouldn't be right. All right. So Q&A session. As this company grows, we will have to grow. Leaders on all levels will be challenged, but we will be stronger and greater if we do this together. So it was very, very important to me to do this retreat. This is our inaugural retreat. We will do this every year. And it's funny because I know a lot of you guys are like, where are we going? And I was just like, man, when I say retreat, I guess that implies that we're going somewhere. So we will be doing a manager's Vegas trip in December. So that's just something.
And that's what I like to hear.
But let's get through today. Let's stay on task, y'all. But not you looking at your calendar for dates.
You said we going where?
Vegas. We've been talking about the last couple of days. But with that being said, Safe Harbor is being pulled in a lot of different directions. Some of you guys know I have to take a step back. And me taking a step back is so you guys can be pushed forward. I feel like I genuinely care about every person in this room. This team was handpicked and curated for a purpose because it's something that all of you guys bring to the table, and it's something that all of you guys bring to the company and to our clients. And I feel that there have been times I've done a disservice because, if I am constantly, I don't want to micromanage, or if I'm constantly like, hey, I'm going to handle this for you and I'm going to do this for you, you'll never be at a place where you can use those critical thinking skills that all of you guys possess. You have to get to a point to where you're just like, hey, this is what's happening, this is what I'm going to do, I'll let them know. And I feel like in order to help empower you guys in doing that, just have to take a step back. And with me taking a step back is my senior leadership team taking a step forward. There are people in place to help you guys in any possible situation. There's going to be a mentoring program that Monique will roll out, and she may briefly talk to you guys about something at time today. But in that, me taking a step back is also because Safe Harbor is applying for different licensures. I'm in our research period. Every 5 years, an agency has to research. Safe Harbor, thankfully, we are at our 5-year mark. We are still standing. But with that recertification comes me adding different services. So one of those services is the skilled nursing part. For me, when I look at it, my senior leadership team, 90% of us are nurses, and we have nurses who are in position at Safe Harbor who are getting ready to graduate. Why do we not have a skilled nursing department? It's something that, when we have clients who are coming in and they are on, all these different things, or bench traits, why not? Why are we letting those clients go? But with that being said, we need people in position and ready. So Kamari, when I call on you, Kamari, I need you to work with the Health and Wellness Director and launch this. I need you to be ready. I want to take from what I have in-house, because what I never want to do is feel like I have to pull from the outside. So I need you guys to be ready, so I don't have to call on somebody and expect them to be ready. Also, with that, we are going for our licensure as an Ohio ROS provider. So with that, Ohio ROS, what they do is they take a lot of emergency cases that come into the state of Ohio from other states. A lot of these clients are pulled from prostitution stings. They are pulled from sex trafficking. They are pulled from just a lot of different situations. They are very high-risk cases and emergency It's about a lot of different emergency protocols. So they have to find providers on the spot who are willing and able to provide this service. You cannot just willingly apply to be an Ohio ROS provider. You have to be invited. You have to have basically proved yourself on a county and a state level, and they will look at you, look at your services and say, okay, we want to invite them to be a provider. We have received that invitation. So that is something that I want us to do. With that being said, when I look at my team and I look at people, Lily, Johnny, Marshawn, these are individuals who have turned over, stabilized acute clients in a matter of weeks to a month. So when we get the I really hate giving Johnny any type of compliment. I can't stand him. But these are individuals who have taken some very, very acute clients and turned and stabilized them in a moment. So I need, like I said, when we get those calls, I need you to be ready. I don't want to feel like, hey, again, I don't, my team here, they're good managers, but I don't, on this Ohio ROS level, can they handle it? I don't want to have to go on the outside again and say, hey, let me start interviewing people to bring them in, because I want to feel like I have my people in house and we're ready and we can rise to the occasion. Also, in the process in my research of getting my licensure for mental health and sobriety. So we will be doing homes, and in these homes it will be ran a little differently. These will be individuals who are independent, but they have a lot of mental health issues and they have a lot of drug issues. So these will be houses where it's like, 5 to 6 individuals in the home, sometimes multiple in the bedroom. They are out in the community at their own will, but it's just a lot that we have to do with that individual board. So that again is something. So when we ready to roll for that, when that licensure comes in, again, I want my people in house. The way I look at it is, some of you guys have been here for years. Some of you haven't been here for years, but in the time that you've been here, you've made an impact. Why, if we're going to this next level, I would feel like I'm failing as a CEO if I have to bring people from the outside when I had leadership here for years. You have to rise to the occasion. I have to rise to the occasion. Accountability starts from the head down. So when we're talking about this next level, it's certain way. Everything that we're doing, we have to take it up a notch. We have to make sure we own our P's and our Q's, our professionalism, our integrity, what we do when we're in the presence of clients, leadership, guardians, families, state members. Yeah, that's great, but what we do outside of their presence, that stuff matters too. I don't want to, and this is a transparent moment, and this is off topic. I have spoken to some of you guys about this. It's heavy. Carrying the weight of Safe Harbor is heavy, and I've done it for 5 years, but I am at a place where it has grown to where I cannot carry it by myself any longer. My senior leadership team is only so much I can put on them. I need you guys to be able to take some of that weight. Okay. I need y'all to be able to take some of that weight. But another thing, I don't want to stay in Ohio for too much longer. There are other agencies, prime example, the home that we are taking over is from Sweet Home Healthcare. That agency, they have different branches. That owner does not live here. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so terrible.
We not going, let's just, okay.
Expansion would not be terrible though.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, with that, I need y'all to see beyond managers, assistant managers, and leads. I need y'all to not have tunnel vision. I need y'all to see beyond that. When I'm looking at this table, I'm looking for who are my senior leaders for the state of Ohio. I'm looking for who's going to be my district managers. Right now we're certified and licensed in the state of Ohio, and we actively serve 6 counties, but I'm looking for who's going to run the Cleveland branch, who's going to run the Summit County branch, who's going to run the office in Lorraine, who's going to run out in Columbus. Monique and I, we are in the process of trying to figure out licensure in Texas. Who's going to be that person that I'm sending out to Texas to run that branch? But again, if you're not ready, the way this expansion is going, it's happening. Yes. It's up to y'all to decide the trajectory for your own individual selves, if this is a job for you or if this is a career. Mm-hmm. It's taking off. I'm not gonna slow down because I feel like I'm waiting for the team to get ready. It's like I need y'all to get ready, and it's either you're gonna be ready to perform in a moment or we're gonna have to put somebody in place, but either way it goes, we're going full steam ahead. And I want y'all to be a part of it. So my question to all of you guys is, are you ready for the next level?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's do this. Let's do this.
All right. Y'all have any questions for Mr. Johnson before we move forward?
You stole my candy.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And he has wanted to bring me on board for a while. But I'm like, I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for that. And I'll tell you why in just a moment. So if you, all right, so this is going to be introduction to me. So I have 15 years of culturally relevant leadership experience. And basically what that means is I have worked with a very vast group of people from all different backgrounds, which, people marginalized communities, Black, white, Hispanic, immigrant communities, people with disabilities, etc. I work in nonprofits, libraries, healthcare, and in higher education. I have a bachelor's degree in nonprofit and public administration, and I have a master's degree in library and information science. And so my primary job or career that I have worked in the past 10 years has been libraries. So I worked in public libraries and academic libraries. Right now, I work in an academic library as the Director of Organizational Effectiveness and Inclusion at a private university in Dallas called Southern Methodist University. I am also a doctoral student right now, and it is in higher education. And I'm specifically studying like organizational leadership and public policy with an emphasis on the Black collegiate experience. So I really am doing research into how Black students are accessing information in primary sources based on how historically people have left our history out of text. Okay, so that's basically what I'm studying right now, and how people are addressing that in present day. So that's like what my research emphasis is on. And so I'm really interested in looking at how Black people in general are growing themselves and giving themselves upward mobility. Go ahead.
Is that what you're writing your dissertation on?
Yes, that is what I'm writing my dissertation on. And so specifically the dissertation that I'm writing, I have 2 years left to complete it, really like a year and a half to complete it. And that's a lot of work. It's basically a book, okay? It's about 200 pages based on research. And so that takes a lot of my time. But I'm really passionate about seeing people from diverse backgrounds beat the odds and excel beyond expectations. I come from very humble beginnings. Like I said, CJ is my god brother, his mom is my godmom. We are family, we locked in, we for real. But he knows, like, my mother is a person with disabilities. My father passed when I was a child. My mother has been disabled since I was 8. My father died when I was 8. So I grew up in a very interesting situation. I had to grow up at 8 years old and take care of my mom. But I also had to go to school. I had to figure out things on my own. And I'm very empathetic towards people with these type of situations, because I know that you can live beyond the hand that was dealt to you. You know, and so sometimes when life is doing what it's doing, you gotta tell life, I'm in control of this, right? And so that's what I have done. And so I try to help people that are going through these things and try to inspire them to get to their next level as well. Because where you are now is not where you're gonna be 5 years from now, 1 year from now, 10 years from now. I think about it all the time, about how I grew up versus how I live now, even my standards, okay? Because I done got bougie, okay? I'll be thinking, you know, when I was a child, I did not have it like this, but
Now they waiting on us. We still waiting on them.
Kayla Niece came in there
And she put me in my place, so I said, let me just apologize to the group.
all right.
So, our portion of the presentation is enhancing the client experience, you know, patient-centered care. In this section, I'm pretty much going to go over what my role is in client services. You know, review the things that you will come to me for, or the things that I will come to you all for, and what the expectations are when we're dealing with the clients, when we're reviewing their paperwork, and how all of that all ties together. I'm also going to provide some background about what it is that I've done in the past and what my experience is and what I bring to the table here at Safe Harbor also. We're going to talk about the current services that you all provide in home, and, you know, kind of get some insight from you all about what you all see in the houses that are going right, the things that you all see that are going wrong, and, you know, how we can kind of try to troubleshoot and, you know, work some of that out. You all can tell me tools that will help you all do better if it's not already in that book, or anything that you all would need me to create to kind of help your workday flow better. We're going to break out into a group activity to kind of do that portion. So that's a little later on. And at the end, we're going to take the results of everything that we did during that group activity and kind of trying to iron out, you know, ways to move forward past some of the issues that may come up on those boards. Okay.
we see on the bad side are things that are applicable to you guys specifically,
Right.
Yes.
not the organization.
Right.
These are things like the boundaries, like the professionalism, communication. These are things in the homes, not
Yes.
the organization.
Right.
So these are some great talking points. So I am
Okay,
ready.
so this was supposed to be for even you guys?
Yes,
Because I don't feel
Oh,
like.
see.
Oh,
She said that.
So that's that's why. When I'm sitting there, I'm like,
My bad.
count y'all in.
I'm like, entitled is mine.
I never counted y'all
I
in
was
because
not talking about the organization.
Well, that's fine. So,
So,
but I'm
and I
amazed
never,
that nobody
like-
should have anything bad to say about me.
So that's why I thought we would just talk about us.
But no, either way,
together,
it goes.
management,
But
housing,
no.
whatever.
But either way it goes.
Can we
This
start?
is all.
Can we
This
start?
is. Can you wait? Because we're talking about it, so we're starting. So, as I was saying, when we are talking about this stuff here, whether it be organization or the individuals, it's all good talking points because at the end of the day, when we're improving the organization, when we're improving the managers, when we're improving the DSP, it's all elevation for the business as a whole. So, whether y'all did this and felt like you was doing it like the things that you see in the house, whatever the case may be, we about to get into it. So I will turn it over to the people so
No,
we
you're
can
not
break it
adding.
down.
Clearly.
Now he adding stars.
That's what I'm
How you
Are you
how
putting
you go
asterisks
from not
on
wanting to participate to add asterisks to
Right.
stuff?
Hey, say,
Lines and stars.
we going
We not
exactly.
going to
We going
church
to
though,
stuff.
'cause y'all need Jesus.
We going.
I'm Muslim.
I don't believe in Jesus.
We go tomorrow.
Look, see that one is Jesus right there. He
Right
come
after you see what happened.
That one don't want to see.
Okay.
Some people don't have believe in Jesus.
No.
Okay.
I think
Let's do this. Can we go first?
No, we
Can
gotta
we two go first or go one?
We're gonna start.
We need
with
some
group
tape.
one.
Start in order. Just start in order.
No, just take them.
Yeah.
All right, who's starting? All right, this is how we looked at our group for the good. For the good, we like the way that the company as a whole communicates like we doing right now, letting each other know what's going on and how the process moves forwards and stuff like that. And the opportunity that we have with the growth of the community, like we all, you know what I'm saying, we got the chance to grow in this community instead of staying stagnant in one spot. You learn, you grow. I like that about this company. Things that we think that needs to be changed with this company, like we got chain of command, that's a responsibility for staff. Like we was understanding what she was talking about earlier with the checklist. Like we was in there discussing, like say for instance, like if I'm on a shift, it's 3 of us on a shift. This person been here longer, they better with meds. I would prefer that person pass the meds. This person right here know how to cook. I would prefer that person prepare the lunch and the dinner foods for Kelson or whoever house they at. And the third person is the person that helps, keeps the house, help keep the house clean, you know, picking up little trash and stuff, because the house shouldn't be junky and messy anyway. But, you know, to keep on top of stuff. So therefore, everybody has a position, everybody is doing a job, nobody's sitting around looking at other people work like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has something to do, make it effective.
Task tracker.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, can I chime in on that? Because in the resource binder,
Right.
I have a meal planner
Right, that's what I said,
in
what she
there.
just- what they just talked about earlier.
Housekeeping tasks.
Something we just touched on earlier, yeah. And we got the outing and the activities, even though we got them in 2 different spots, she said that's basically the same thing, like the outings, like Kelson likes to go out. I ain't gonna say that we have to go out every day, but you know, have a little more time for him, like, even if we have to do
Like the park.
community things, everybody get their clients, we have a picnic or something, go to the park or something and, right, so the clients can get out more so they won't feel stuck in the house.
And I would agree with like putting the clients together because I feel like a lot was I don't know.
But see, that's
me working with.
But like I said, this is just conversation.
Wait.
This is just conversation.
Listen. What I don't want us to do, whether we agree or disagree with what someone is saying, as colleagues and professionals, let's respect one another in all of our roles, and let's respect someone's, people's opinions. So with that being said, I want us to hear the person. So this is group 1. So as far as I'm concerned, in this moment, I really just want to hear from group 1.
Well, group 1, I guess must be done.
What were you saying, Kumar?
I was basically kind of saying what he was saying. But me working with Shakaya, I didn't work with her for a minute now, and Shakaya always seems to mention how she likes to want to be around Kelson, wants to go on outings with Kelson, and I just piggyback off of what I said with this. So I put this on here: supported limit clients and
Limited resources.
yeah, resources. My bad. I feel like one of the biggest figures, or that's not the right word, triggers with Shakaya and her behaviors is she always mentions how Kelson has more things than her.
She's comparing
Kelson
herself
has a
to
game
someone.
system. Kelson has a phone. Why she can't start Jerry? Why she don't got an iPad? Why she don't got this? More so that Kelson gets things that she doesn't get. But the thing is, Kelson has a mom, so Kelson has people that help her. Shakaya don't have nobody. Shakaya has you. Shakaya don't have a mom. She don't have her dad. She got you in the States. So that's another reason why Shakaya.
So something that we can do to work on that improvement.
So, okay, so how I want to do this, are you sitting here? Just not.
No, go ahead.
Let me get comfortable. So,
This one right on here.
Okay, right. He said.
So that I love group ones. Y'all break down on the thing. Community, family. I really do want this to feel like a family. We, when I say Safe Harbor is a family, we get along like a family and we fight like family.
Yeah.
And then we defend one another like
yes, we
family.
do.
So it is what it is. Opportunity for growth and development. I like that you guys said that. This is definitely a place. I tell people when they come in at all times, you can go as far as you want to go with this company. It's up to you to decide if this is a job or if it's a career. As far as the cons, chain of commands and organization within the house, I absolutely agree. Our clients the acuity is very high. It's not a lot of people, not a lot of houses that are 1-to-1s. So when we have those 3-to-1s, 4-to-1s, who is doing what? So I like that that's up there because that's where when we're talking about the authority in your position, the autonomy in your position, being able to independently, as senior leadership, when it comes to the managers and the leads, we shouldn't be in a place where it's just like we have to say, hey, I need you to organize your shift. I need you to delegate tasks. It should just be second nature. When you coming in like, hey, all right, this is the start of the day. This is who we have. This is this person's strength, this person's strength, that person's strength. Whether it be Isaiah, you're on meds. Charlene, you're cooking meals. Marshawn, you are 1-to-1 and de-escalating crisis situations in that event, and we're all working together. When we're talking just about every shift, there is either a manager, assistant manager, or a lead. There's at least one person from mid-management on every shift at every location. So if you are that person that's in that house, that is the expectation that you are setting that out for the day. So when we're talking about accountability and we're talking about that role, it is setting those things out. That's how we're able to differentiate between a DSP and a leader. So when we go back to just managers and leaders, those are the things you need to be putting in place. I don't expect the DSPs to come in. That's not their role. That's not their lane. And essentially it's not their job. So I love that that's on there. That's something. And if you need more assistance with, putting those things in place, senior leadership, whoever, they can help or come out and we can, focus in on those site visits.
You want me to come out? I can talk. We can get the whole team together, whoever your DSPs are for that house.
Yeah.
I can get everybody together and kind of come out and explain it in depth. If you can't formulate the right words to kind of help them understand like what your role is. I'm like, it's not just come in and I'm just here until somebody tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Like, if they know what they're doing at the beginning of the shift, that way by the end of the shift, you know who you need to go to. Hey, I went and checked. It's still laundry in there. I signed this to you. Is it a reason? We got to get this done. Like, so at the beginning of the day who you're tasking with what.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But the next two, hold on, just give me 1 second.
I was gonna say,
Just nothing about the group. Yeah. So let's address the groups at one time. And then we're gonna do every group, and then we can, if it's general question at the end,
I'm gonna open up the floor at the end too. So
outings. So when you feel like outings are a place for improvement, so this is something that I wholeheartedly agree with. I feel like if it's 3 people on the shift, why are we? Why someone can plan these outings? Someone can say, hey, this is what I would like to do with this client for the week. This is what I would like to do for the day. Like to have these things mapped out. And to be honest with you, I think outings and transportation kind of goes hand in hand. So when I was back there discussing with Group 1, they were saying like, you know, they think we should have company vehicle. We have 2 company vans. But the problem is, and this is just what you guys will see when we open up your folders, it's just a requirement. There's too many of y'all that don't have valid driver's license. And if you have a valid driver's license, you don't even have a car. And if you have a valid driver's license or a car, you don't have insurance. So I can't even put you in a company vehicle. And legally, I can't even put a client in your car. So me going out spending $6,000-$7,000 on company vehicles, it was just a waste out of my pocket because I can't even put the people who are in leadership in the vehicle to drive it. But this is the thing. Even in hiring a driver, that would be someone who is doing like a part-time type of work. These clients, it's a part of their plans through the state
Like
that they are to have access to the community. They are to have access to the community at all times. And they're supposed to have what's called non-medical transportation, HPC transportation. So when we're talking about that, so that's just a different level of accountability that as the team. Because I mean, and this isn't putting anybody in blast, but I know everybody's file in this room. And I can say in this room, I have 4 people in this room that I could, outside of senior leadership, 4 that I could put on the company's insurance out of 15. So,
And I made a note right here, Miss Jackie.
Miss Jackie is our tech activities director. So going into, and I'll make sure when she come out and introduce yourself. Miss Jackie, she's in here every Tuesdays, and it's starting in September. Every Tuesdays there will be activities in office. She's rolling out the monthly calendars. I think the first Tuesday is ice cream social. Second Tuesday is game night. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. She got a utility closet full of stuff on there. On Thursdays and Thursday evenings, it will be, she will coordinate a community outing, and it will be responsibility of the staff to get the clients there. And every other Saturday, we will do, she will coordinate a company activity. So again, her job is to coordinate these 3 things throughout the week. But on a daily basis, when we're talking about activities and coordinations and planning, that is the responsibility of the managers. That is the responsibility of the leads. I think the lines are blurred between managers and DSPs. Because honestly, if when we look at it from a fiscal standpoint, when we look at it from, this is Ms. Jackie, the activities director for Safe Harbor, everybody. Hi. When we look at it from a financial standpoint, when we look at it from like a business standpoint, if we have people in place but they cannot fulfill the duty, everything in the role, you have to question like, is this the best fit to continue to have this person in place, or do we need to outsource? Because if I have managers and leads, but my managers can't drive, they can't plan, they can't coordinate, they can't control themselves in crisis situations, they can't de-escalate, they can't conduct themselves in a meeting. If they can't go and meet, when I was a DSP and I was promoted from a DSP to a home manager, managing multiple homes, then an area supervisor, at a DSP house manager level, Kelly Carson had us in OISP meetings. My owner never went to an ISP meeting. We were acting on behalf of the agency in ISP meetings with members of the state. And I'm saying this to you guys from a place of love. And I'm saying this because I want us to get to this place. I have to juggle every meeting, every person, because I can't trust that if I send this person or that person to a meeting like they should, that it's gonna go well. They're gonna articulate what needs to be articulated. They're going to be able to be refined enough in the meeting. They're going to be able to express the values, the goals, and the concerns of the company. So, again, that's why we said we're trying to do this, rebrand, retreat, and take it to another level, because we want to build up what's in-house so we don't outsource. So that's that with activities. Supporting clients and limited resources. I wholeheartedly agree with this. With that situation, with someone like, comparing somebody like Shakaya to somebody like Jacob, Cheyenne, Trent, it's kind of like comparing apples to oranges. Unfortunately, you're right. Shakaya, she has me and she has a state. barely, you know. That's the situation for her. She doesn't have any Social Security. A lot of things for Shakaya, and it's not even that I have to discuss it, but a lot of things for Shakaya when it comes to her care, I front the cost for pretty much 80% of her livelihood. She has no reimbursement coming in. I did because as bad as she is, she might not love her, you know, and I know she can do a lot of times, but I care about that young lady. But when we talk about limited resources, it also goes to client accountability, because Johnny made a good point, and it's a factual point as well. Although Shakaya may not have some of those things now, because we know that Shakaya does not have family, because we know she doesn't have that support system, the county has gone above and beyond. They have provided her with multiple bikes racks. They have provided Shakaya with multiple tablets, multiple cell phones, gaming system, and Shakaya at that point destroys. So when we're talking about someone who is constantly destroying things, we're in this county and state level, they're going to look, how many times are we going to replace these things? How many times are we going to do these things? We give nice stuff, she uses it as a weapon.
Understandable, right? Understandable.
Yeah. So you know, I think Group 1. I think y'all had some excellent stuff on there. I mean, did you have anything for Group 1 before we go to Group 2?
Nope.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Group 1.
Thank you.
This is a trouble group right here. Let's see.
This is our group. This me group. This group 2. This me. This Jerry, and this Lillian.
Lillian. All right.
Sire's mother right here. Well, these the pros, and these the cons. Well and not well. There you go.
Everything is on Safe Harbor. We didn't do anything client-based.
Making us feel appreciated.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is not house specific or clients. This is all company.
No, this is all
Okay.
company.
Okay.
Making us feel appreciated. Giving clients a family.
Yeah.
Supporting clients' feelings while allowing them
To be heard.
Them to be heard.
Yeah.
Why would y'all that much?
I didn't write this.
I wrote this.
No way.
Some
Is you
odd reason
crazy?
he decided to do the presentation because he didn't want to participate. So
That was number 3. Number 4, we're gonna do Safe Harbor
apparel.
Parents.
Yes. Get up.
5.
Many opportunities. Many or money?
Many opportunities.
Many opportunities. Many opportunities.
And then I was about to write something for 6, but couldn't find it. For cons, empowering managers, meaning like we don't get the full power that we think we should have.
I have examples.
Go home.
We are just go ahead and finish your whole.
Oh, I have examples. I don't know if I'm allowed to write people up how to go about writing them up or firing them.
That should be allowed.
The meetings that you want us to go to, if it's not on a Tuesday, even if I'm not on the clock, I show up for Shakaya's meeting. I may not know the proper verbiage like you, but I've shown up for all of them. So if you want me to do it by myself, allow me to do it. Perfect example, last night at Topgolf, it was this situation. Yes, that person contacted you, but you didn't have to get involved. I told you I handled it, and I was going to handle it. I stepped away every time they called. I was frustrated, but I handled it. That's my job, too. So if y'all want us to be better when I'm doing those things,
So you all just kind of step back some and
step
let.
back. Because y'all got to let us try.
Be mad.
So once I do get something wrong, then y'all can come back and I can improve.
Okay. And can I jump on that part real quick?
Yes, ma'am.
I was gonna say, again, for all of that, another good resource for that, like if you're not really clear about, how to proceed about something, Dr. Long is a good resource. If you need the correct verbiage when you go to somebody, like, hey, I need to talk to you, she's a good resource to go to kind of run it by her first, like, hey, I need to pull an employee, I need to pull a DSP to the side, this is what's going on, just to make sure that you're approaching the situation the right way, you go in with the right way, and you can kind of get the results that you want, versus just going, no, this is a problem, this is a problem, this is a problem, because if somebody approach you like that, you're not trying to hear nothing they saying after that. So, just making sure we approach that in the right way, but I understand needing to feel empowered to make those type of decisions, so.
We got
Okay, y'all was on.
Two is more artists, but we
We already got something, yeah.
We was in different groups.
Right.
Thank you.
Sorry, they won't group two to have their time.
So
Who's your little
get to number
kissing
three
here?
You know what I'm saying? I'm low-key sweating over there.
Man,
I don't because he was came here and sat next to me, bro. I'm sweating here. Effective communication.
What's number 3?
Maybe you said number 3.
More
More
money.
money.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be more specific.
Yeah, like more outings,
like
more money, like
raises
like outings,
or like
no, for like
bonuses?
outings for like the clients for more stuff.
Oh, you talking
for them to do type things.
So that falls under
wait.
activity.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But
More
that
money for the activity
but
for the
that
client.
this more so is different because it's the circumstances and situations. So it's like it's different. It's hard to say, but this one I try to jump. We're gonna do this one. This is important to me.
Yeah.
Communication. Oh my goodness. Effective communication. This is without communication. This is nothing.
And I mean, that goes for everybody from management on down to the DSP.
So with that being said, before everybody leave, we need updated contact information for us. That includes email and text. Because
All of
the,
y'all should have a safe harbor email.
I don't got one.
no,
He made you one.
Yes, you do, Johnny.
Every single one of y'all have a safe harbor email.
All of y'all have a safe
Check
harbor
it.
email.
I do.
Sure.
All right.
because that'll be
I
our,
do though, but
like,
I don't get nothing
Okay.
sexual.
Oh, go ahead.
Let 'em
Look.
go.
Number 5, we got transportation, which we already talked about.
Yep.
That's all we had for real. We ain't had no.
So, I like this. I actually like this whole exercise. I actually love this.
I actually
No, because this,
it gives a
I
complete
say
picture.
this all the time to my leadership team, and and let me say, if y'all think I'm hard on y'all, we lead some senior leadership team meetings. Just pause the camera for a second. But you know what though, and that's why I say, like, at Safe Harbor, we a family. We rise together and we gonna fall together. And some of y'all know, in them situations, I have taken a lot of for y'all. I have protected y'all in situations. When it's good, and when we gotta go down, I'm right there with y'all 10 toes down, and we work through any situation. But saying this to say, like, these type of things, I don't like yes man at my organizations. I like when people can, you know, to see, to me, I look at frustration and debate as like, okay, this is passion. This is concerns. They're seeing opportunities for growth, and maybe it's just they got to try to figure out a way to deliver it, to articulate that.
Don't come over
But
here.
at the end of the day, I told y'all this was the best parent we could have did. At the end of the day, it all pushes us forward. Because when I see people who, like, you know, even like I was listening to Agnes when she was challenging Johnny. Because she's right, just like you said. Every opportunity, if you've been, Johnny, he's been here at this point, I mean, 2 years. It's been over 2 years, but just like you say, if you've been here for these years, there has had to have been a bad moment, a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? That type of debate with one another, that healthy, that's how, I don't know if y'all heard the expression, iron sharpens iron.
That's an old saying. I know it.
That's literally what it is. So, going back to that, I like what y'all had to say. I would have to agree with, as far as the pros, making y'all feel appreciated. We honestly try to make y'all feel appreciated, whether it been in nursing, social work, or in DSP, DODD field. I have been in a lot of places where I have felt unappreciated, so I try to make sure y'all feel appreciated at all times. Supporting the clients, feelings while allowing them to be heard. I thank you guys for acknowledging that, because it's tiring and taxing at times, but I know that we tried. I know you guys do that a lot. Safe Harbor Apparel, I think that's funny that's on there. I'm glad y'all like the apparel. The jogger shorts will be in next week. As far as many opportunities, I'm glad that y'all like that. As far as the cons, empowering managers, I think that was an excellent an excellent one to put on there because it kind of goes hand in hand with what we're talking about on the senior leadership level. You know, how to write someone up, or if you can terminate somebody, if you can let someone go, how to handle situations. And just like you said, perfect example. If you know, if I make a mistake, okay, then I'll pull you. Monique and I talked last night. We're driving home, and I told her in frustration the same thing I told you guys this morning. The weight is becoming unbearable. And if I'm trying to get everything that these states want me to do, because y'all are doing such a good job, they want to keep putting on more, I have to pull out. But in me pulling out, I have to know that y'all can step up.
Right.
If we can't feel like, okay, they can handle everything that the job entails, then we're gonna have to continue to do it. We have to, we have to go to these meetings. It's like, hey, we don't know. We have to respond to these calls, these messages, because it's just like, hey, if they get it, if they miss it, is the follow through going? Is that gonna happen? That type of stuff. So we want to empower you more. That's the whole point of this retreat, is because the day we step out of this, everything that we discussed, we're laying a whole new foundation. And day one is setting a new standard. So these are things that I want y'all to do. Now, when it comes to can you fire somebody, I will say this.
Yes.
I'm not trying to have no wrongful termination suit. Okay? So if you need to fire, I will say this. If you are ever in a situation and you are questioning, we have to consider ethical practice. If you are ever in a situation, and especially if that person is on site, please call Monique's work cell phone. And she will advise you how you want to proceed, because you can say things like, hey, I need you to go home, pending investigation. You don't even have to say that, hey, I need you to go home. We'll schedule a time. Myself and senior leadership will meet and we'll come up with another plan. We've done that with multiple. You and I have done that with people. You and I have done that with people. Actually, all three of us have done that with people. Because y'all know, me.
You gone.
Fire! Yeah. So, for me,
last time though, I don't really like firing people.
But no, for real, it's
Fire 3 people since you.
But I don't fire 3 people a shift.
You fired 3 people since you said you don't like firing.
I don't.
3 people a day.
I don't like firing people. But with that being said, there are even moments with me
right.
where I had to go back and say, okay,
you fired yourself.
I had to say, Carlos, I'm thinking from it, because see, we see out of the lenses in which we operate out of. So everything that happens, I'm looking at it from a social services perspective, a nursing perspective, and a provider perspective. So when things happen, I'm just like, how
You just be so disappointed.
you be disappointed, but then I have to come back and say, okay, was that a best practice decision? Was that practical? There have been times where I'll say, was this a moment we could have had an opportunity for growth? Was this a moment we could have had a retraining? Because a lot of times we have to take into consideration, sense is not common. So we cannot expect someone to know, we cannot expect someone to operate in the manner that we feel that they should when sense just ain't common. And so when we hold people accountable, a lot of times I have to ask myself, I just fired this person for X, Y, and Z, but I have to ask myself, on what date did I train, educate, and give them the instructions to not do? And so that's why I have to have that conversation. All right, Joe Schmo, listen. Come on back. We're going to talk. And I have to have that. All of y'all know. So-and-so fired. A month later, we might see him again. Because I realize, and that's holding myself accountable. Like I said, we are perfectly imperfect people, and it's all about being better. Yeah. So when we are, that's why I say y'all have to, and empowering y'all, I need y'all are literally walking marketing for Safe Harbor Home Health Care. Every day. I need y'all to know the policies, the ins and outs of this company.
So that you can operate confidently. So if you have to pull somebody to the side, like, hey, this is not how that goes. And you'll be able to cite like, hey, okay, I pulled out your checklist. You were trained on this. And here's and you remember signing off on this? Like, yeah, you signed off that you understood this, and at any point that you didn't understand that, did you come back to your house manager? Did you come back to any other member of the team and say, hey, I don't really understand this? And it's a teachable moment versus if you never had the training sheet, they never signed off that they received that information. Can you really get mad at somebody who never really received the information?
Mhm. Yeah. If somebody's getting fired, first of all, unless they doing something like egregious,
Yes.
they should see it coming,
Can you
and
just
we should
define
see it
what you
coming.
just-
What
Just
do I
for,
say?
so we all on the
Egregious.
same page, like what you
Like,
feel, yeah.
I mean, something unethical or like, we talking about stealing,
Your
we talking
abuse.
about assault, we talking about like stuff that happened right then, immediate termination.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
But people who are making mistakes and doing things wrong, if they're doing it repeatedly, they're going to know that they're probably going to be losing their job soon, because we're going to have so much evidence of them doing it, because we're going to have checklists that say that they didn't complete their task for the day. We're going to have, write-ups written saying that they've been late this many times. We're going to have so much stuff on them for not doing their job that it's going to be easy to say, yeah, it's time for you to go. You've shown us that you haven't been committed to your job.
What they say, you fire yourself.
Start the paper trail. Start the paper trail is all I'm hearing. Thank you.
Yeah, so even to take that a step further, I'll use some real examples of situations that we've gone through at Safe Harbor. And if y'all in this room, I'm just use y'all without y'all consent either. Let go. So I'll use a Johnny situation, a Jerry and a Marshawn situation. With the Johnny situation, Johnny and I had to go through an MUI investigation. There was a client. It all boils down to, do y'all know what the HRC is?
Yeah.
So HRC is the Human Rights Committee. When we have restrictions in place, lock sharps, locks this, lock that, it's because they have rights, and we are taking away those rights, but we have to go basically to court through the state to say why it's necessary. We had an individual, when I say pretty much at risk for overdosing just about every day, I mean multiple times a day. Out of 2, 3, 4 ambulance visits a day at the house, it was just that bad. Johnny found some drugs. This person had already had an episode, seizing, foaming at the mouth, showing signs of cyanosis. And Johnny, because for whatever reason, y'all see this version of him, but for whatever reason, he was soft when it came to this client. I didn't understand it, but he was trying to help this client. He did not want her to be back in that situation, so he just kind of moved the drugs aside so she out of sight, out of mind. Situation came up because technically, even if they wanted to use crack cocaine, meth in that moment, we violated her rights by taking the drugs. Wow. Even though the state, county, and all of them, they know and they agree, what he did in that moment probably saved her life. We still violated the rights. So what happens is when we go into these, we have to go what's called an MUI investigation. And when we talk about the documentation and training, so the person who is there, the agency, we all have to provide documentation. So the first thing I gotta do, I'm sending over his file. I'm sending over a background check. I'm sending over, he's gone through all 7 checks through the state. I'm sending over, they wanna see the ISP training. They wanna see his HPC training. They wanna see rights restrictions training. They wanna see any type of trauma-informed care, PBSCR, all of these things. And they say, okay, well, this person has been trained to the T. He's the finest. I swear to God, I hate usage. So they will say, well, this person has gone through all of this training. So it's not a lack of knowledge, it's not a lack of training on their part, it's not a, whatever. So then they say, okay, at this point, we have to look at this situation as, like to use this expression called dignity at risk. Because that's the thing, when clients are doing certain things, we can encourage, we can advise, we can try to give recommendations, but they have the right. Dignity at risk is a real thing. You know the consequences of X, Y, and Z. And I explained that to them, and they agreed. And from there, because we went through that investigation, they said, wow, this person has been trained on more than what they needed to be trained on. So then they're like, what do we need to do to reevaluate the situation. And of that investigation came from them all of a sudden wanting to take his training model and teach in other agencies. So out of a potentially bad situation, then they needed Johnny just stop. Whatever you you're doing. So then we had to go and teach how Safe Harbor was doing it and handling these patients. But had we not had that documentation, had we not had that paper trail, had we not have like tangible, we can say we doing X, Y, and Z. But if it ain't documented, as we say in nursing, if it ain't documented, it ain't happening. Okay. Transportation, we talked about the transportation. I would love to just park, when I bought these vehicles, that was the intent, to just park them at a location. So if it's a day, you know, something's going on, somebody probably could just take the company car. I would really like to get these vehicles. I want my garages back and my driveway. Yeah, I want that, so I want to get these cars out of my house. So, you know, it is what it is with that. Group 2, I think this was good.
Thank you.
Oh, the money.
No,
I know what you mean. So when we talking about, it's hard because probably the only Jerry and I have been in a lot of situations where we are at war with the state and the county for money and resources. And a lot of times it just doesn't happen. Even with Kelson, Jacob, Trent, same thing. A lot of these people, they just don't have the resources. So, and it's never something that I don't want my clients to suffer. So it's like when we were doing like the weekly arcades, the weekly bowling, I was fronting the cost for all staff and all clients. And I didn't mind doing it because I don't feel like they should not be able to have a good time because they don't have the resources and their family don't have access to the resource. So, you know, what I would, you know, empower you guys to do is, you know, work with your director of client services. Work, if you need help, Monica's a good, to this day, I will call her, Monica, pull out a policy, create a policy, or give me a resource that could be beneficial to a client in 2 seconds flat. Because it's a lot of free things we can tap into. It's a lot of funding, grants, things of that nature. But unless we're seeking them and know what to look for, you know, and that's just not my wheelhouse. But I know it's hers. So that's why I say, know your leaders, know their strengths, know what to put, they are in place for a reason, know what to put on them for. Effective communication, I agree with you. I just think from on the house level, management level, senior leadership level, effective communication. That's why we went back to reinstating our weekly managers meetings, went back to reinstating our weekly senior leadership meetings, just making sure we're in constant communication at all times, especially with launching I've never launched 4 homes at one time, launching these new homes and seeking different licensure and incorporating clients from different population. I really don't even know how we about to mesh all of it together because it's going to be, we talking meshing DOD, skilled nursing, crisis sting, prostitution victim, all in one. But we going to figure it out and y'all going to help me figure it out. But our communication is going to have to be top tier. All right, group 3.
Can y'all do this like in 10 minutes? Like 10 minutes total with Mr. Johnson's commentary.
Oh, I'm sorry. My commentary is the long part. It's not them. It's me. It's me. Go ahead.
I'll speak to what
I mean, you all, right. I do yours.
Staff and
Do it group 2.
meaning and we like all the staff. The clients, I do like my clients. I like Shakaya. I say that. I like Kelsa. He's cool too, but whatever is, however you say his name. Mr. Moses.
There you go.
Moses.
Kelso is crazy.
Kelso?
I like them both. Understanding both of them, I got to learn both of them. That's why I say clients and stuff. But going activities, we talked about that. I like that we all are a family. We talked about that. Opportunities, we do have a lot of opportunities and there's a lot of room for growth and understanding one another. So we all came with that. Communication. We just talked about that too, but communication for us amongst each other in the houses are terrible.
Yes, it is.
Cleanliness in the house, I think everybody needs to deep clean at least once a month, something. It needs to be deep clean. Everybody's house needs to be deep clean. That's how I feel.
Especially Puritas.
Yeah.
Only Puritas.
I definitely. I mean, Kelson's too, because he can do a lot of. It can be a lot of wipe down while everybody got free time too. So that's what I agree. Anyways.
Walls?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I ain't saying no walls.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
just saying,
that's-
wipe down, mop
girl.
floors really good, make sure everything, because Kelso
We
has
get
a
it, y'all
problem.
clean. Don't be so defensive on the cleaning. Y'all clean.
Okay, but
We
Kelso has a
get it.
problem.
Tell her,
Go
man,
ahead.
take
You
that
can
clean and
say wipe down walls, because I just found out Kelso
Do
has a
it.
problem with his corner in his
Yeah.
closet.
Yeah.
He seems to use the bathroom in there when he's scared of the dark. So we do need to get him a light for something too, for that little hallway, because if
No, that
he
light come
gets
on. Y'all just
scared.
don't turn it on. It come on. I
Yeah,
turn it
that
on.
hallway light come
That
out.
come on. And he got a light in his room.
But I feel like the hallway light is really, it lights up that, it lights up that whole part. But
Complain about the light, so I try to-
that's what I'm saying. That's why we try to keep it off, because it's my complaint about all that stuff. So we can get like a night light, one of them little stamper thingies,
Yeah, we can.
that we get that, it'll be fine. Cause
It's
he
weird,
be
though.
scared
Plug-in
on the
light.
side of the wall. He can hit it himself.
Okay.
He can hit it himself on the side of the wall, like right there by the bathroom, or wherever we can hit it, or it can stay on. That's what I'm saying.
Make a
We not
little
saying, yeah.
The rest didn't really have to do with.
But what I'm saying is his mom complains all the time about the light bill.
Okay, you right
So we
about that.
trying to work
Those
with
little
everybody.
touch lights.
Yeah, so we can get a touch light with some battery operated, we'd be cool.
I feel like the rest didn't have nothing to do with the higher ups or like
The rest of that, what they got on the back side.
basically y'all. I feel like it got to do with the staff.
That's what I'm saying.
and the
That's what ours basically
because
was based
personally,
off of, 'cause I said
you
that.
say you want to build this so-called senior leadership or however you want to build a company, but I feel like you can't build that if it lacks the staff. Some people have attitudes. Some people feel like they entitled, even so.
More than others.
Some people just
Even
don't
so,
want to listen to nobody.
boundaries. It's not about being like, I feel like you a manager and stuff like that. That's cool and all, but remember where you came from. Personally, it's like some of working both homes. My personal opinion, I feel like it's cool to be a manager and stuff like that. That's nobody never gonna take that away from y'all. But just think about that time when y'all wasn't a manager. Sometimes some of y'all do be having attitudes. Some of y'all do be feeling like y'all entitled, and that's okay to feel like an entitled because you deserve that. You got your.
But I feel like
That's the way how you go about it.
Okay, I don't feel like somebody should be entitled over anybody. We all still the same.
I was
as
gonna say,
one. We still
essentially
one.
what-
We still family. So we still
What I'm
hold
gathering-
the same thing.
What I'm gathering from what you're saying, from what you two just said, what I'm gathering from that is more so, not so much as the entitlement, so much as it is, we all do the same thing. It's no different. If I walked in the house and somebody needed a shower, if somebody needed help with a shower, it's not beneath me.
Yeah.
There's nothing that is beneath me.
Yeah.
Right.
If somebody threw up right now in the
And
next
that's just
room,
that's
it's not
with
beneath me to
management
help clean
only,
it up.
but That's
That
not with
was
some of the
everybody.
DSP.
Yeah. So that's
It's not with management, just not with just management, because he got some of the
Okay, so
Essentially-
let's get this. All right, so
have
boom.
sat and did nothing.
Boom. So let's get this understood.
essentially no task is beneath anybody. Because essentially.
So anybody can be the manager.
Well, no, it's not a
That's not
two-way
what we're
street.
doing.
As a manager, it's not beneath you if you had to go in somewhere and clean or wash dishes. It's not beneath me to do it. But they can't,
as a manager,
but your DSP.
I can tell somebody that's under me,
hey,
can you please get this done for
But
me?
yeah, but that's a part of delegating. Hey, I need you to do laundry for the day. That's you delegating as a manager. But a DSP can't come to you and tell you, well, I ran out of time. Marshawn, finish the rest of this laundry. My shift over. It's not a two-way street like that.
Okay, so as somebody who is a manager, I take a different approach from these two. I like to lead by example. So I wash dishes, I take trash out. I just washed the refrigerator. They threw the stuff out. I cleaned it and wiped it down myself. So I don't have these problems where if I tell somebody to clean up something, why I got, or vice versa, because they see me doing it, they automatically know they got to do it.
Okay, but my thing is, I'm not saying that just because you're doing it. I have been in a place where somebody could just literally sit there and watch me do nothing. I mean, just like watch me do everything, and then just sit there the whole shift and not do anything.
And I feel like
I just feel like that's not cool. Everybody should be on the same page and everybody too. That's where we go back to
the
delegation. We're not just saying managers, or even we saying the whole entire staff.
So, just to, I'm sorry, so I know you said 10 minutes. We just got to a good slide. So, because I think me and Kamar's on the same place, it goes back to the chain of command of the flow of the shift. So if at the top, in nursing we did something called huddles.
Yeah.
So at the top of the shift, we doing huddles. We doing our charge nurse, our facilitator. We looking at our patients. We breaking it down. Hey, you on admissions today, you on discharge, you on critical situations, you on labs, you on this and that. It's a daily huddle. So that may be something that, whether it's a lead, and we can even,
Like even
create
like
a
start-
huddle form.
Yeah, or y'all
But-
do like shift change, like
Yeah,
y'all
just-
all get together at the beginning of the shifts, like ongoing and off going. Y'all talk to each other in passing instead of just, it's 11, got my bag, I'm gone. Like,
No, you
yeah.
debrief. I hope y'all debrief. when
So
I
I think I definitely do that, but I think when it comes to, because now this is making me feel like I definitely want just a daily task tracking. And when we was talking about doing the software for that, but we can just do it on the sheet, just because honestly, it should be at the top of the shift every day. We know who is assigned to do what, and that's the way to hold people accountable. Because if I come into the house and the kitchen is nasty, I don't have to look at everybody. I can just look at the tab. Who cooked tonight? Who was on cleanup duty for the kitchen? It's a level of accountability for the staff. It takes some of the pressure off the manager, so y'all don't have to be looked at like, oh, y'all just delegating, you making me do this, this, and this. We can go back. No, I'm not picking on you. I'm not making you do X, Y, and Z, because you see right here, the DJ did this. Agnes was assigned to do this. Johnny did this. Kate, this is what she did. So I think that's why all of this is important, because just that quickly we have now created a new policy for
So
Safe
now I
Harbor.
can create a document for you
So
all going
we
forward.
add it to it our entire.
I think they
was
touched that. And now this, and I'm gonna just say this on this. Being effective in your role and efficient, number one, those they're not interchangeable, but doing a good job is not contingent upon level of relationship. In my professional career, I have saved lives with nurses that I hate and that hate me. In my professional career, we have placed clients in situations in social services with other individuals that I can't stand. I have done amazing work with people. We are, and I say this as somebody in my mid-30s, you're just not gonna like some people. And some people are just not gonna like you. We all have different personalities. Safe Harbor has a lot of big personalities, a lot of passionate people with big personalities. So when you get in those spaces, everybody not going to be best friends. I don't expect that, and I honestly don't want that. But we have to be able, where that leadership aspect comes in, you have to be able to have that level of maturity and emotional intelligence to say, okay, Kamari and I, we may not see eye to eye. Quita and I, we may not like each other. But hey, Kamari and Quita, can we collaborate on X, Y, and Z for your client? Now, we may not go do a cocktail hour afterwards, but we can get this work and we can make this money together.
Because it's gonna make everybody's day easier.
Oh, she wrapping me up,
That was
sorry.
great.
Thoughts to be continued.
A great note. Y'all can continue to talk. We're gonna go ahead and start to have lunch, because we are definitely behind schedule, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and eat lunch together. Food is in the other room across the hall. Grab your food. You can sit wherever you want. Y'all can continue to talk and stuff about.
My name is Sheila Johnson. I am your health and wellness director. I'm an RN, been in the health industry for over 35 plus years now. 25 years plus in counting with Cleveland Clinic, and been with Safe Harbor for since 2020 on and off. First, before we get started, I know everybody is full. I'm full too, and we're tired. It's been a long day, but I just want to just take a minute just to kind of reflect on what's all that's happening here. I want you guys to feel good about what we're trying to do for you. We're not trying to micromanage anyone. We'll be trying to give you the tools to be greater leaders. And that's all we're really trying to do. We want to come into the house and know that you guys are capable to doing what you're supposed to do. You don't need anybody looking over your shoulder at all time. And we just want to bring out the best in you. So, having said that, we hope you enjoyed the retreat. It's been a lot of hard work put out just to give you tools that you need to get your job done. There's been a lot of money spent. So, we want you to embrace this weekend, have a good time later on this evening, and just enjoy yourself. So before we get started, I'm just going to ask everybody to stand up.
After being full.
I know y'all got everybody got. Shake it off. Shake it off. Come on, just regroup. Let's regroup.
Regroup, readjust.
Bring that energy back.
Bring it back.
Yes. Everybody get good stretch. I want everybody to turn to the person behind, get fist bump, because we're not hugging.
I'm always handling stuff.
So-
I'm sorry.
All right, we're good. Everybody is in a good place. This is the perfect time to talk. I don't have my glasses on, so Isaiah, I'm gonna move with you.
Okay, go ahead, sweetheart. Let me get on out your way.
To talk about ethics. So the objective of our ethics is just to equip the leaders and the management with the knowledge and the tools necessary to make informed ethical decisions that prioritize clients' well-being and uphold our professional standards and enhance the integrity and trust of our services. Our agenda for my presentation is just so you to get familiar with ethics, morals, identify the responsibilities to the client, identify alternative to unethical behavior, and then we're going to do something fun at the end, just a little practice identifying and responding to unethical behaviors and situations. What is ethics? Integrity, moral, principle, honesty, choices, consequences, and responsibilities. All right. The definition of ethics is ethics refers to the set of moral principles that guides or affirms the behavior of specific groups, professions, or areas of conduct. Ethics can be governing a person's behavior, involve the philosophical studies of the concepts or moral rights or wrong, as well as moral goods and bad. All right. Isaiah.
Definition of morals, principles, or habits related to the right or wrong conduct are based on an individual's own compass of rights and wrongs. Note, positive teaching can help one to do the right things in life. Moral values differ from one individual to another. Right and wrong.
All right, ethics versus moral. Ethics. When we talk about ethics, we're talking about not lying, being patient, being loyal, and being responsible. Ethics is an external value. It can change from environment to situation. Your morals are more personal beliefs. Your morals may be different from my morals. They change, they rarely change. If you believe in abortions, you believe in it. If you don't, you don't. That's not going to change. So morals are having integrity, being honest, having respect, and making personal choices. You need both. Yes. You're up. You're Mari.
Responsibility to the clients, to treat clients with respect, to be knowledgeable in their care, to know what medication clients are taking, to keep clients safe from hurting themselves and other peers, to be patient with them when they are not at their best, and to arrive on time and to be present.
To know what medication. Everybody know I'm big on medicine. I'm a nurse. That's what we do. Your responsibility, each and every one of you. I'm not asking you to memorize the pathophysiology of anything, but I do expect each and every one of you to know what you're giving your client. It is your responsibility to know what you're giving and what it's used for. That's nothing above anybody's pay grade. Everybody should know. In the back of your health and wellness binders, it's med, Jerry. Pull out one of them for. There are med sheets on every one of your prescriptions, on your physician orders and your MARs. I expect you to know them.
And it has a breakdown, details of
And
all
if
the
you
medication.
don't know what you're giving, ask your managers. It's their responsibility to make sure that you do. When I come and do those health and wellness site visits that I pop up on, I expect you to know, because I'm going to ask. Don't get scared and don't give me the evil eye, DJ. But I expect you to know. This is a tool. This is empowering you to. Now, if you go into the doctor's office with your client the physicians count on you and rely on you to know something about them. You can't just stand on, I'm coming in, clocking in for 12 hours and have no idea what you're giving. You're just checking off stuff on the MAR and don't know what it's for. If you think you're giving a seizure medication for a constipation, you think it's not that serious. But if you know it's for seizure, you will take it serious and make sure he get that medication. That's just how important it is. Next slide. Jerry. let's go.
Unethical behavior. When someone intentionally or unintentionally fails to do the right thing, it shows up in a variety of ways and their ethical, legal implications. Employees being aggressive towards other staff. Employees on the phone, videoing and FaceTiming clients. Falsifying documentation / MARS. Theft. Borrowing clients' property. Also taking clients' medication.
Right. Taking clients' medication, that's a real thing. Believe it, it's real in the hospital settings, it's real in the home care settings. Your clients, they don't know how many pills they have. You know, you don't know what Jerry is doing when you're not looking. So this is a real thing. Not only is a moral and ethical, it's a legal issue.
Yeah.
People go to jail, lose license, be put on offenders list. So take that serious, as well as falsifying documentations. Those MARs, we rely on you to medicate these patients at the proper time, the proper dose, the proper route, and the proper medication. That's your responsibility. You're supposed to do that. And if we find that you're falsifying them, you're gonna be terminated.
And you could be prosecuted.
Exactly, because you think about it. If you got a patient on something for their heart, you're not giving them the medication, you're taking it home to your grandmother because she can't afford it, and something happened to them.
Right.
You know, not only is it on you, but it's also on us. And we're just gonna just forget about the theft. Please, do not take anything out of anybody's home, do not borrow. I don't care if they say you can. Leave it alone. You're up, DJ.
That's your packet.
You can
read that
see.
far.
They should hire her lighter, Makes you
All
go
right.
pack and was like, Jerry, you take one.
All right,
Gave
Miss
one to Kamari.
Lily, you
It's
read
like,
that
all
one
right,
right here,
well,
DJ.
thank you.
As managers and leads, you
We
set the
went to
tone
Walmart
for
the other day.
appropriate behavior in your work set. Ultimately,
Sorry.
Jerry.
Work site.
Work site. My bad, Slayer. Ultimately, you are responsible for allowing unethical behavior to persist at your location. Lead by example, monitor and evaluate behaviors, document everything, not document it wasn't done, adhering to the clear reporting process and set boundaries.
Prime example, today.
Yeah.
Disappointing. You guys are managers and leads. You can't lead by example if you don't know how to behave yourself. So, take this serious. We put you in positions to lead your DSPs. We count on you for that. So if we don't have faith that you're doing what you need to do, then we know the house is a total mess. So, you know, we trust and believe in each and every one of you until you prove us wrong, till you show us something different. So I implore you to take heed of this, lead by example, document everything. If it wasn't documented in the health world, it wasn't done. You have no proof. And documentation is important in case something happened. We need something to look back on. And setting boundaries, number one. Setting boundaries is going to be important for you guys. We know we love our clients. We get that sister-brother relationship. However, they are clients. They can be dangerous to you. They can be dangerous to themselves. Don't get so comfortable within these homes that you lose sight of that. Because just when you sit there getting comfortable, somebody got a hammer over your head. And it happens. So, believe it or not, you're the manager. Lead. Set boundaries with your DSPs, set boundaries with your clients. DJ, you up.
You want me to read where we're at.
Check your procedures and policy manual.
Policy bill firmly explains to the client that you are obligated to follow these ethic guidelines and cannot comply with their requests. Document the incident, making detailed record the client's request and your response. This document can be important if the situation escalates or if it's further action and needs. Seek guidance from a supervisor. If the policy manual isn't clear on how to handle, it's supposed to be, because it's kind of crossed out on my paper.
What it say?
How to handle situations, seek immediate guidance. Is that where you're at?
Yeah.
From a supervisor.
That can provide support and help you navigate. Is that supposed to be real?
Situation.
Help you navigate the situation appropriately.
If offer any enthusiasm.
Offer ethical alternatives. If possible, propose an alternative solution that addresses the client's need without compromising ethical standards. This approach demonstrates your commitment to ethical behavior while still trying to assist the client.
Is this an ethical, moral, or?
Is this an ethical, moral, or legal problem? Discrimination. What y'all think?
All of them?
Ethical. Moral.
Yeah.
Moral.
I would say all of them.
Yeah, because that do fall under all discrimination.
Oh, legal and moral.
Okay. So why not ethical?
It's definitely, I would say it's all
Right.
as well. Sexual
Oh, that's-
harassment.
All of
That's
them.
legal.
It's legal.
Definitely legal.
Definitely all
Yeah,
of
all
them.
of the
But
above.
Legal problem.
What? That's unethical.
Wait.
I mean,
Falsifying
But
documentation.
remember the true definition of ethics though.
okay.
It's external. It's not illegal. You
Right.
just don't have good
yeah, 'cause
ethics.
technically, if I told you you're beautiful, that's sexual harassment in the workplace. Well, you
It
can
is.
take that as sexual harassment, but you know you beautiful, so I understand why it's not ethical.
Thank you, brother.
Falsifying
Falsifying documentation.
Ethical and legal.
Legal.
Yeah, more legal. Ethical.
Good job.
Improper attire.
Ethical.
Moral.
Moral.
Moral. No.
Ethical.
Right. Ethical.
It's a choice.
Okay,
It's
okay,
a choice.
okay. No, it's a
Choice to
choice.
be.
Okay, I get what you, because moral is them core values that don't change. Okay.
Oh, say it again.
Clocking.
Clocking in off-site.
Ethical.
Ethical and
And
legal.
legal. Because that's still it.
Yeah,
That's still a
that's
time.
Yeah, that's
There you
legal.
go.
Yep.
There you go. Taking
class.
client's medication.
All of them.
All of them.
That's
Unethical, immoral.
Yeah, we finally got that one.
All prohibited activities.
All right.
All right. Gigi. Scenario number 1.
Staff border on client's PlayStation game for 2 days with or without client's permission. With the dilemma, you notice this is a supervisor, what should you do?
What are we doing?
Tell him.
Who are we telling?
The person above the supervisor.
You the manager?
Well, yeah, you the manager.
You the manager?
So who you
What are you
telling?
doing?
Well,
Oh, if you talking about if you the manager above the supervisor.
It do say the manager.
What's
the manager.
the dilemma? You notice this as a supervisor.
Oh,
What
as
should you
a
do?
supervisor. Oh, I thought you said you know the supervisor. I didn't read that right.
Confront the staff members.
You're gonna talk to the staff.
You
You're
went right
gonna
up.
follow your
Right.
chain of command.
And then you gonna release.
You're gonna address.
Please don't confront.
We're not confronting anybody. All right.
You all walking there talking, so why you take that?
Sire. Did I pronounce it right?
Sire.
Sire?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew it was close to my grandson. There you go. You're up.
Okay.
Staff member.
Interactive scenario 2. Stop.
I gotta read everything.
A staff member forgets to administer a client's medication, but you see the sign off that the medication was given. what's the dilemma? What should you do? You should document the like I don't know how to like.
Is that MUI?
That's automatic termination.
Yeah, you should. I don't.
You
like,
wanna document it?
Document it.
You're gonna follow your chain of command?
Yeah.
You're the house manager, so you definitely document it.
Yeah, document it. And
You can address it with the staff, but more importantly, you definitely wanna follow that chain of command. That upper management, upper leadership handle it.
Yeah.
But definitely report it, because if he's documenting that he didn't administer medication and he really hasn't given it, then, the client is without his meds. And then we don't know how long that's been going on, so we definitely need to address it. Gigi, you up? Again? Oh, it's Isaiah's turn.
Again, a staff member is on a FaceTime call and starts showing the caller the client behaving inappropriately. What's the dilemma? How does this affect the client?
Get on your phone.
For one, you shouldn't be recording the client on your phone. You shouldn't be on your phone.
That part right there.
But on top of that, then you already showing the client to other people that's not ethical for your job.
And what is that called?
HIPAA.
Right.
So
HIPAA's a big one.
Right. So, having said that, we do not implore you to be at work on your phones. You should not be FaceTiming anyone, and you definitely should not be FaceTiming a client. It's a HIPAA violation.
Take it outside.
If you need to use the phone, excuse yourself, go outside, let your house manager know, or you guys, the manager,
I'm stepping out.
you're stepping out. Let somebody know, but definitely do not be on your phone. You're not there to be on the phone. You're not there to be FaceTime. You're not there to be sleep. Just follow the golden rules and the platinums. Kamari, what's the golden rules and the platinum?
Treat others the way you would like to be treated, and treat people the way you want to be treated based on their unique needs and their backgrounds.
The golden rule, this requires a good moral and ethical compass. And the platinum, this requires honoring someone's standards for themselves. In this place, you should follow the safe harbor policies and procedures and the law. Every house by now should have the policy and procedure manual. If you don't, you can just let us know to make sure you have that. Jerry, what's our mission?
Safe Harbor mission. Our mission is to provide excellent service that are delivered with compassion, dignity, and respect to all our clients. We are committed to creating a safe environment for our clients, family, and staff.
Key takeaways. There you go.
Key takeaways: ethical decision making. Ethical decisions involve balancing your personal morals and values with the professional standards and legal obligations of your role. This requires considering both your own ethical beliefs and the expectations set by your profession and the law. Client responsibility. As a caregiver, your primary responsibility is to ensure the safety of your clients and treat them with dignity and respect at all times. This commitment to their well-being is central to your role. Managers set the tone. Managers play a crucial role in establishing and maintaining a professional work environment. They should consistently model ethical behavior, setting an example for their team to follow. Leadership is a resource. When you encounter situations where policies and procedures are unclear, it's important to consult with senior leadership. They can provide guidance on how to navigate ethical challenges and ensure that your actions align with organizational standards.
Everybody understand that?
Yes.
All right. Any questions?
No.
She should be recording like the video, audio when she reads stuff. That's how she sounds.
That's my professional voice.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank
you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. You're welcome. So next we're gonna have Ms. Warren come and do a presentation about professionalism. And I'll do the cookies for her.
She'll do the cookies.
So, my name is Kadisha, for those of you who don't know me, but I do prefer to be called Kay. I am Carlos's executive assistant. I have been with Safe Harbor, I would say maybe about 6 months now. It hasn't been that long. So I currently work for Cleveland Clinic as a surgical coordinator. I have been with Cleveland Clinic for 3 years as of September. In my role as a surgical coordinator, I work with 3 head and neck cancer surgeons, and I schedule surgeries. That's the short sum of it. I'm very passionate about healthcare. I love working with people. I love what I do. I am currently enrolled at the University of Cincinnati, earning my associate's degree in cancer tumor registry management. I'm supposed to be graduating in 2026. My long-term professional goal is to be a healthcare administrator. Something I'm working towards. So I have 2-year plan, 2-year plan. I'm gonna get my associates, I'm gonna get my bachelor's, and then I'll get my master's. So let's get started. Professionalism. So today we're going to talk about what is professionalism. We'll go over dress code, professional communication, email and phone communication, and then if anybody has any questions. So what is professionalism? Professionalism encompasses the behaviors, attitudes, and standards expected in the workplace. The importance for managers. We set the tones for our clients and the interactions. We foster the trust among staff and clients, and we uphold the company's reputation. So professionalism is something that's very important to me. Who I am outside of work is not who I am at work, right? There is a time and place for everything. Sometimes it is necessary to change things about yourself in order to navigate in a workplace. So it is okay when you clock in at work to turn outside you off and to turn workplace you on. And that is something that I do well. And that's why at work I prefer to be called Kadisha. Outside of work I prefer to be called Kay. Because Kay is who I am as an individual, right? Kadisha is who I am as a person. I know it could seem like it sounds a little bit crazy, but I do a very good job of trying to keep everything separate, right? Who I am outside of work, I never even allow that to blur the lines of where when it comes to my professionalism, I don't prefer to share things about my private life in a workplace, because at the end of the day, I am here to do a job. So when I show up to work, I'm showing up ready to work, right? So that's what professionalism is to me. And I hope that we all could take something away from this and we all can work on our professionalism, because I feel like that's something that's lacking, but it's definitely something that we all can learn and be better at. We can go to the next slide. Why dress code matters. So dress code is something that's really important. First impressions. We all know first impressions are lasting impressions. Clients and colleagues form opinions based on appearance, safety, and practicality. Ensuring attire is both professional and suitable for the work environment. So here at Safe Harbor, we do have dress code guidelines. The DSP should be in black scrubs. The managers and assistant managers should be in gray scrubs. Managers can wear a Safe Harbor t-shirt and gray bottoms. Uniform. We want to wear clean, and our uniforms need to be well maintained that align with company standards. Footwear should be closed-toe shoes for safety. And personal grooming is also something that's important. Maintain a neat appearance, hair tied back if necessary, minimal jewelry, and subtle makeup. So dress code is something.
Mr. Warren has a question.
Yes, sir.
So DSPs aren't allowed to wear Safe Harbor shirts no more?
So DSPs
We
gotta
can
be
wear,
in
but we
all
can
black
wear
scrubs?
got gray pants, right?
This is what Mr. Johnson told
Oh,
me,
excuse me, I'm sorry,
that they're
ma'am.
supposed to wear black scrubs. We can clarify that with him, but to my understanding, it was black scrubs only. But we'll clarify that with him when he comes back out.
Okay.
So dress code is something that's really important. As I said, first impressions are lasting impressions. You don't want somebody to see you and to automatically judge you based off of the way that you look, or even to judge Safe Harbor based off the way that you're presenting yourself. So we want to make sure that when we're in spaces and we're on Safe Harbor's time, that we're holding ourselves accountable when we look a certain way. We want to make sure that we're well groomed. We want to make sure that we keep our nails cut low. We want to make sure that our hair looks a certain way, right? We want to make sure that we're clean. We don't want to show up to work, our clothes are dirty. Because at the end of the day, how can someone trust us with their family members if we're showing up to work and we're looking a certain kind of way, right? I can't trust you to take care of somebody if you're dirty. That doesn't read. It doesn't align. So we want to do better at how we're representing ourselves when we're in the home and how we're looking. And managers need to hold the DSPs accountable also. I would like to take it a step further. We want to make sure if we're in the home, no sagging of the pants and things like that. That's very inappropriate. So if you notice that those things are going on, pull somebody to the side, let them know, hey, you know, you may want to take a step outside, get yourself together, take a step in the bathroom. But we want to, when we see those type of things, we want to be able to have conversations with people to address it, right? Professional communication. So as Miss Gigi said, you know, I should be recorded reading. So I've been in customer service for over 15 years, right? And how I talk right now is not how I talk to my friends. I cuss a lot. I'm just being honest. I do, like, I curse a lot. Yeah, my tone is completely different. But as I said, when I'm at work, I'm a completely different person. I can literally hold a conversation with doctors, surgeons, CEOs of my company, and they will never know who I am and where I come from just by the way that I speak. Me and Jerry were talking about this earlier. Tone is very, very important because it's not always what you say, but it's how you say it. So sometimes people trust the things you say just based upon your delivery. And that's why professional communication is important. Tone and language. Use polite, clear, and respectful language at all times. Active listening. Listen attentively to clients and colleagues so that you can respond and react thoughtfully. So one thing that I would like to touch on with this is a lot of people listen to respond and they don't listen to understand. Yep. Right? So how would you feel, like, things got a little bit heated earlier, and I feel like a lot of people were listening just to respond and not listening to understand. That situation could have been handled completely different if we were all practicing better communication, active listening skills, our tone and language, body language, as well as our professional presence. So these are things that we want to work on and be mindful of so we can have better conflict resolution, so we can work better when it comes to de-escalation, right? And all it takes sometimes is the way that you speak to somebody, the way that you listen to somebody, and the way that you hear them, to understand them, and not just to talk back to have a response, right? That's how arguments happen. That's how things don't get resolved at the end of the day. So we get to body language. We want to maintain eye contact, offer a friendly demeanor, and avoid crossed arms or disinterested postures. Professional presence, project confidence and approachability. So if we're having a conversation and I'm like this, you don't want to talk to me if I'm like this because what you think, oh, she got an attitude, right? If I'm like this, oh, she want to fight, right? That's how I feel. If I'm having a conversation with somebody, it's getting a little heated, your body language changing up, you doing all this, you talking with your hands, and I don't like that. That makes me feel disrespected. It makes me feel uncomfortable. So when I'm in heated discussions with somebody, I might keep my hands behind my back, right? Not to say that I'm weak and I'm not ready, because I'm ready at all times. But I don't want anybody to be defensive in the conversation that we're having, right? Because things can literally go from 0 to 100 really, really quick. So it's all about how you are presenting yourself. So if you know that you're going into a heated conversation, you want to try to take a step back, take a deep breath first. Take a deep breath first, right? Because I already know that this may not be what I want it to be. But if you can just maintain your demeanor and just, listen, don't listen to react, listen to really understand what that person is saying, it could really drive the whole conversation into a different direction. So that's why professional communication is really, really important. Go to the next slide.
I want to just make one quick point about approachability. So, like, as a manager or a lead, like, you really want to maintain that approachability with the staff, because you want them to be able to come to you if they've done something wrong or don't know how to do something, rather than them hiding it, lying to you, or just doing anything unethical, trying to figure it out on their own and then messing something up. So if you're an approachable person and they feel like this person will teach me instead of scold me, or this person will help me get through this because they got my back, they my manager, they got my back, then you'll be able to get through that situation. But if they feel like all you do is yell at them, you never talk nice to them, you're not approachable, you're not going to teach them, they're going to be scared and they're going to hide stuff from you. And that's when we get into situations where people do things unethical because they don't know what they should do and they don't know who they should have talked to find out what they should have done in a certain situation.
So I would also like to touch on email and phone etiquette. Remember that you are talking to colleagues and leaders, and be respectful and professional. Use greetings, be clear, concise, and avoid unnecessary jargon or slang. Tone. Ensure your tone is professional and polite even when addressing critical issues, which is something that's very important. Proofread. Always proofread emails and texts before sending them for grammar and other errors. Cell phone use is prohibited while working, exceptions for emergencies. So one thing I would like to touch on, even in the When I Work chat, at all times I would like to ask that you guys are using appropriate grammar. The When I Work chat is not a text message to a friend, right? It's not a group chat that you have on your iPhone that you're having with your friends. It is still a work chat. So please make sure that you're using correct grammar. We don't want to talk in slang when we're addressing each other and things like that. No shorthand, language being used, making sure you're really writing out the words and spelling things. The red squiggly line is there for a reason, right? So making sure that we're using correct grammar and punctuation and things like that. As I already touched on tone, ensure your tone is professional and polite even when addressing critical issues. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Delivery is very, very important. When sending emails, you always want to make sure you proofread. You want to make sure that what you're saying is making sense.
For myself, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I know I've been a lot. You've been the youngest, personally, you've been a lot. I'm very glad. This is like a family to me. I love everybody individually. I definitely built families, brotherhoods, older brothers that I never thought I would have. Sisters, little brothers. And I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. So, and you already know.
Are we going around the table?
Yeah. Let's go around the table.
It's about him.
It's about y'all.
I mean, I tell you this all the time, but I'm proud of you. To the senior team, you guys did y'all thing with the whole weekend. Shout out to y'all. Y'all should be extremely proud of yourselves. I remember when something like this wasn't even thought of with your HR. Like a client service, like, no, legit, it's my way or no way, I'm handling it. So for y'all to step up and execute the vision that y'all have been working on to talk about is something to pat yourself on the back for. So you all should be proud of yourselves. Carlos, you that nigga. You the boss man. You're literally paying all of us in this room right now. You're supporting families. So keep doing you and keep doing what you're doing.
Cheers. Don't let nobody stop.
Cheers.
Also to you though, Jerry.
She's dying to say something.
No, she's not.
I am not. Let's go. Wait, but not the hands.
Because, first of all, I don't even have a drink to his hose. I'm just gonna pretend. All right. Well, I would just like to say, CJ, I am so proud of you and this business that you have built. I have seen you mature. I have seen you grow as a man, as a father, as a businessman, and I am just so proud to be your sister. And you've been trying to get me on this team. You done figured out a way to do it. But no, I am so happy to help because all of this, all that I have been learning all these years, I really feel like it's getting put to good use with this organization and with these people, and I'm so happy to invest in these beautiful melanated people. And I'm so happy to continue to work with this group and to love on all of y'all and see all of y'all grow and move forward. So thank you for this opportunity. Cheers. Cheers. All right, cheers. I can't drink it.
You could have.
Anybody else on?
Well, I guess I'll speak.
She been waiting.
Oh, you know it.
mother. Not just an employee. It's so, oh my God, I actually work for myself. But you know what, as a mom, I'm just so proud. I mean, I just remember when we were sitting in, not Don Tequila's, but it was Gray Scott, and we was talking about this vision. We was talking about actually doing the state licenses and pulling it all together. And he had the vision, to put it. Look, I gonna cry. But he, but let me hear. He had the vision. He knew what he wanted to do. He have always been a people person. He has always this type of person. DODD has always been a passion of his, even at college. You know, from the Boys and Girls Club, this has always been his thing, and I'm just so grateful that he is my child. I'm so proud of him. I see him in his growth. We still got to work on some things. But I am just super excited where he is going, where he has taken his company, and we just here for you. I love you. Yes. You know you my A1 since day one. My birthday twin, but I'm super proud. Even when he fights me every other day. I'm just still proud of him.
I'll be getting fired every other day.
I do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Cheers.
Anybody else? Oh, you
I also want to give a shout out to the all managers too. Because if it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be here. That's fact.
Thank you.
Oh, you giving everybody else stuff? There you go.
I gotta get coming for you.
She got something for you too. Take a picture. Me.
You got a check.
Because I know you know how you are. You just can't stop at one. Gotta give them options. You have to give you options.
Yes,
It's for your office door. Now that's a boss right there.
Okay, boss.
Like home office and the office.
Home office.
Big one, not little one.
There we go. There we go.
Big Carla, not the little one.
For you to take to meetings. You can put your iPad in there as well. You know, so when you go to these meetings, you'll look real professional. You know what I'm saying? And you can put your keys and stuff in there. Because I'm looking for the keys right now.
It's the second time within 2 weeks we've been looking for keys. This wallet. Did you hold it up? Oh.